Hello, I'm Jackie McLemore from Reos Partners, here to talk about creating a high-impact emergency aid program on your campus. Nationwide, an estimated 3 million students leave college each year because of an expense of $1,000 or less. While 70% of the institutions offer some form of emergency aid, few have a comprehensive program that strengthens student success. We have created a proven solution to this challenge, the Roadmap to Effective Emergency Aid. The Roadmap provides you with everything you need to create a successful emergency aid program. The Roadmap is based on learnings from the Emergency Aid Lab, an intensive pilot program with 5 U.S. campuses led by Reos Partners. Through the Roadmap, you will have access to an online interactive course, a comprehensive toolkit of ready-to-apply resources, ongoing coaching from Reos Partners and other experts, and a network of peers for support and knowledge sharing. The Roadmap guides you step by step in creating a program that is custom designed to meet your institution's goals. Have a look at how we created the Roadmap and hear from the pilot program participants about what they learned.
We know higher education in our country is a pathway to economic mobility for students, for their families, for their communities.
Graduation's the key. It lifts our students and it lifts their whole families out of poverty and out of that cycle.
It doesn't matter whether you're a four-year college, a private college, a community college. We all have a lot of students on campus that are really struggling.
One small thing can happen, their car breaks down or their daycare shuts down. They're then thrown into complete turmoil and don't know where to turn.
What's at stake for students who dropped out of school is really their entire future. We know that once they drop out that there's a great possibility that they may never come back.
It turns out it's not that expensive to keep a student in school. If we can give them a burst of cash and it gets them over a short-term financial challenge, and they're able to stay in school and graduate, that's a big win.
We've always responded to students' need, but it was really unstructured. It was an informal process.
There was a lot of duplication of work and a lot of frustration on the students' part for having to try to find their own services because we were compartmentalized.
This was their frustrations, you're saying?
Right.
The bringing together of all of the different people across the country at all different kinds of institutions and all kinds of different jobs, so that we got a lot of that networking and thoughts about how people do things, how people think about things.
They had us imagine this whole dramatic scenario, and we mapped it out. It took us out of the seat of faculty or staff or administrator and put us in the seat of the student. We were able to see these gaps where students drop out.
We've given aid to 27 students, and 16 of those students have already registered for fall.
We broke down barriers, we broke down the silos, we brought in student services, faculty, administration, staff, and students to sit at the table and explore what it means to create an emergency aid program, to really co-create what we wanted our program to be.
And I would just like to say thank you because it really did help me out, and I can't imagine myself still being in school if I didn't have that service.
I think that when we can get all the people sitting together, then I think the faculty begin to see a bigger picture and the broader value.
How's orientation been?
It's been good. I learned about the emergency funds from financial aid, just in case something happens.
We have created a single application, a single point of contact. There's a lot of things that we've taken away from students so that they don't have to be making those decisions when they're in crisis.
I think we should just go through it here. When we created our website, we knew that students didn't feel comfortable telling us what their situation was. So we removed that barrier by making a simple form. The student just needs to submit with their name and contact information.
97% of the students who utilized some type of emergency aid stayed enrolled from semester to semester or actually graduated in that semester or the next semester. So that, for us, was a big eye-opener. This makes a difference.
We were able to look at our data and follow an algorithm about staff time and resources versus the amount of cash that we were granting out. And we recognized that the retention and completion of students is paying the college back threefold from the money that we are granting out.
Hi, welcome to One Stop. How can I help you?
I think the big fear is that it's going to cost too much to move the needle. And so folks will naturally assume that you're going to need millions and millions of dollars. Our initial grant funding that we set aside was $30,000.
By taking the roadmap approach to bringing a lot of different campus players together,
Have a great day.
when you come around the table, you'll realize that number one, you probably have more resources than you realize once you map them, and with some creative thinking, you can make those resources go farther than you think.
I think we have a much better chance now of helping students than we did when we began the project.
Implementing an emergency aid program allows you to be more efficient, be more effective with the limited resources you may have on your campus.
And I don't think most of us will look at our work the same ever again.
As you just saw, the 5 campuses in the Emergency Aid Pilot Program generated impressive retention and completion results, as well as a strong return on investment. The roadmap to effective emergency aid will help you develop a comprehensive responsive program for your institution. Get started today.